Smart. Post up. Get to her. On. Good call. Body.
AVC Sports and 107.9, 98.5 Nash Icon present high school basketball. Now let's go courtside for tonight's game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Tank at John Glenn High School here in New Concord for today's varsity contest between the John Glenn Lady Muskies and the Sheridan Lady Generals. I'm Brett Klein alongside Howard Twiggs, going to be bringing you the coverage for this afternoon's MVL contest here on Saturday. Howard, we're talking a little bit about these two teams before the game started, and I think we're in for a good one today.
Both teams very competitive on the season. They do have a common opponent in Tri-Valley. They both lost to Tri-Valley. Sheridan was defeated by the Lady Scotties 41-38, whereas John Glenn fell to the Lady Scotties 43-35. So if you look at those comparisons, very competitive games, and that would translate into pretty much of an even contest in this one.
Absolutely, and we look at these two teams, Sheridan, their strength is going to come from their tough defensive play. That's what I believe the Generals are really known for. They're, grit and grind. They're not afraid to, play hard on you, play tough. As we saw in that, JV contest, we had a full court press for most of the game, and the Lady Generals for the junior varsity contest coming away with a 49-30 victory. And I think a key for Sheridan is to keep up the defensive pressure and intensity and really put John Glenn in those bad situations. If you're John Glenn on the other side of the ball, you need to kind of space out a little bit more. You need to let your star players shine. You need to let your leading scorers, you need to let your role players, they need to do exactly what they have been doing all season, especially in the games that they have won. And then, we look at those common opponents. Losing to Tri-Valley, I think that's a very common thing that a lot of people around the area do, because the Scotties are a very tough team, a very talented team. So looking at these two opponents, I think it's going to be a good battle of offense versus defense. And even on the other side of the ball, we're going to have a pretty even matchup throughout. And we're looking at chasing history a little bit this afternoon, which is something we'll talk about here in a moment. But Howard, if we want to go ahead and look at really what you think the keys will be for this game this afternoon.
Well, your earlier point, Brett, was about the Sheridan defense. Defensively, they only give up 30 points per game, and the most that anyone has scored has been 41. That was the Tri-Valley loss, whereas John Glenn averages 44 points per game. So if true to form for the Lady Generals, if they can put the defensive hammer down on John Glenn and hold them under the 41, that's a big advantage for the Lady Generals. When you talk about offense and spreading the ball around for John Glenn, you mentioned Maya Oliver is on the verge of setting a school record, which we'll get into in a second. But they have some very capable players also. Riley Zemensky, who's still a little bit hampered with the knee problem. Talked to Coach Dan Schwederman a little bit ago before the game, and he talked about how she's coming along, but still a little bit tentative. She's had some major knee problems. Also with John Glenn, they're able to port the ball inside with the bigger players. Faith Hayes does a good job inside, as does Aubrey Larrick. So it's going to come down to, can Sheridan's defense hold John Glenn's offense?
Yeah, and we talk about, as you mentioned, the senior, number 2, Maya Oliver. From what we heard from Coach Gary Sigmund, Maya Oliver is 8 points from breaking the John Glenn girls' all-time school scoring record. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on that and really see what she's capable of doing. But I think the duo of Oliver and Zemensky, as they're warming up over here, I think that's going to be your firepower on offense. And you have some pretty decent size. Zemensky's a tall girl, and then you also have number 54 in the middle, Aubrey Larrick. I think that's where you're going to get a lot of good defensive push up front. That's going to be very beneficial for, utilizing the paint on offense, utilizing, basically a disguise. Get the ball inside and then maybe kick it back out for an easy jump shot. But then even on the defensive side, you have two bodies who are capable of being your enforcers. So we're going to see how the two of those play offensively and defensively here in a little bit. Hey, what we're going to do really quick, we're going to take a very quick 60-second break, pay some bills. We will be right back after these messages.
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at The Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
Welcome back to the Tank in New Concord at John Glenn High School. We're getting ready for the Sheridan Lady Generals and the John Glenn Lady Muskies. Game ball being presented at half court as we speak. A very big moment here, including senior Maya Oliver, one of the officials, and the families. Howard, I think what we're going to look at today, and especially throughout the game, is, who's going to be able to keep up the most with the pressure that's at hand. Something that we noticed in a handful of the boys' games last night is, if you can keep the intensity up all game, you have a good chance to win that game. And so we look at if either team can continuously roll and build on the pressure that they're building against the other team, I think that's going to give them the boost here today.
Strength of schedule will tell you that Sheridan averages in their season 19 points, point differential. So they're used to really being ahead and playing that way. Whereas John Glenn, with their 3-3 mark, including 2-1 in MBL play, their average margin of victory is only 2 points per game. So if this comes down to a dogfight, let's call it, where it's really close on both sides at the end of the game, that would be a big advantage for John Glenn, not only with the margin of difference in the point scoring, the close games, but also being here at home. That always helps you.
Absolutely. Hey, we're getting ready to do the national anthem. We're going to step aside. Actually, we're going to keep it here, but we're just going to cut away to some audio from our PA announcer here for the national anthem. We're going to step aside for the national anthem. We'll be right back in a moment.
On behalf of the Board of Education and Administration of John Glenn High School, we would like to welcome you to today's contest featuring our guests, the Sheridan Generals and the John Glenn Muskies. In order to make today's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means follow the rules, speak and act responsibly, and show courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, the officials and coaches, the administrators and authority figures, and of course, your team and your opponents. Let's make today's contest great by remembering to respect the game. The officials assigned to this game have been selected according to procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Muskingum Valley League. Today's officials are Chris Hunt, Terry Ringer, and Gary Russell. At this time, please rise and join in the playing of our national anthem. And now,
Welcome back. Following that rendition of the national anthem, what we're going to do, we're going to kick it back down to the pay on the floor as we go over the starting lineups for both teams. So before we announce our starters, we're going to go down to the floor for their starters. We'll be right back.
number 5, a 5'4" junior, Miley Forgrave, and number 11, a 5'8" senior, Peyton Powell. Sheridan is coached by J.D. Walters, assisted by Troy Wolf and Rachel Cook. And now the John Glenn Muskies. Today's youth captain, Kinsley Wise. Starters, number 42, Faith Hayes. Number 33, Addie Paisley. Number 54, Aubrey Merrick. Number 4, number 13, Riley Zemensky. And number 2, Maya Oliver. The Muskies are coached by Gary Sigmund, assisted by Bethany Hayes, Dan Schwederman, and Miranda Smith.
And we'll go over those starters one more time for both teams. For the Sheridan Lady Generals, number 2, Haley Warner. Number 3, Ava Heller. Number 4, Addie Schaefer. Number 5, Miley Forgrave, and number 11, Peyton Powell. For the John Glenn Lady Muskies, our starters are number 2, Maya Oliver. Number 13, Riley Zemensky. 33, Addison Paisley. Number 42, Faith Hayes. And number 54, Aubrey Larrick. Getting ready for the tip-off, we are at the Tank in New Concord at John Glenn High School. Glad to be a part of your Saturday afternoon for this matchup between the Sheridan Lady Generals and the John Glenn Lady Muskies. The official blows the whistle, tips the ball, and we are underway. John Glenn controls the tip. Ball given to Addison Paisley. She's at the top of the key. She's being guarded closely by number 4, Addie Schaefer. Tough defense, ball given to the right wing. That's Riley Zemensky. Zemensky over to Larrick on the right wing, looking in the corner. Nothing. Kick to number 33, Paisley. Paisley, top of the key, now near midcourt. She kicks it to the left side. That's number 42, Faith Hayes with the basketball. She's looking. Tight defense to start the game for the Lady Generals. That's Paisley driving the basketball. That's stolen by Sheridan now on transition. Number 11, Peyton Powell with the layup. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Muskies. That's number 2, Maya Oliver with the basketball. She kicks it to Paisley. Paisley, three-point shot up, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, will be possession, Sheridan.
Both teams in the man-to-man. Sheridan doing a nice job. Good help side defense, limiting John Glenn to 2 shots, one of them being an air ball.
Absolutely tight defense to start. Now Sheridan with the basketball. It's number 3, Ava Heller. Top of the key, she kicks it over to Miley Forgrave. Forgrave back to Heller. Heller inside, that's Warner. Warner to the wing, three-point shot, that's up and good. Number 5, Miley Forgrave.
John Glenn, a 1-2-2 defense. Sheridan did a great job getting the ball to the high post, and then the kick over to the ball side, wing shot, and a good 3.
And tight defense. John Glenn still struggling to get the ball across half court, and that is a 10-second violation on the Lady Muskies. We'll go back to Sheridan. 3-0 lead for the Generals to start early. Tight defense, a big factor in that, and a good shot made to start.
Looks like John Glenn's going to stay in that zone defense, the 1-2-2, and Sheridan will flash to the high post and then look for something to happen out of there. They'll run their zone offense from the 15-foot elbow.
And the ball inbounded. Pass inside, stolen away by Riley Zemensky. John Glenn now with the basketball across half court. That's number 33 with the basketball, Addison Paisley. She has the ball, kicks it to number 2, Maya Oliver. She is standing near midcourt. Looking, setting up the offense, calling a play. Oliver over to Hayes. Hayes on the left wing. Looking, nothing. Kicks it back up out top. That's Paisley. Paisley looking. She drives all the way to the basket. Shot up and bounces around. No good. Rebounded by Sheridan. Now on the break. Ball tipped from behind. A little bit of contact, but stolen away. And that's Maya Oliver with the layup on the fast break. Shot up. No good. Rebounded Sheridan. Cross half court, that's number 3, Ava Heller. She has the ball, kicks it out. Top of the key, number 2, Haley Warner. Her three-pointer is up and good.
Coach Sigmund wants a timeout.
Yes, 6-0 lead for the Lady Generals. 30-second timeout. We're going to take it with them. Be right back after these messages.
Introducing the 2021 Ford F-150 Super Cab XL 4x4, now available at Doane Ford. With very low miles, this truck is ready to tackle any job with its 2.7-liter V6 EcoBoost engine and tow technology package. Enjoy a stylish look with the chrome appearance package and stay safe on the road with Ford Copilot 360 2.0 and auto high beam headlamps. Price to sell, it's an unbeatable deal. Don't miss out. Call Doane Ford 740-782-1965 or visit DoaneFord.com today.
Welcome back to John Glenn High School. Coming out of that timeout, 6-0 lead for the Sheridan Lady Generals. Right now, no points for John Glenn at 3 missed shots. Sheridan shooting a very good 2 of 3, including 2 3-pointers here early, Howard.
Also, Ava Heller checking on Maya Oliver. She's doing a great job on Oliver, really doing a lot of denial.
Now top of the key, that's number 33, Addison Paisley, the senior, with the basketball. She has tight defense on her. She's looking, dribbling, trying to get some separation, no luck. Kick over to Oliver. Oliver over to Hayes on the left wing, back up to the top of the key. That's Paisley. Paisley giving it to Hayes in that left corner. She passes it inside, stolen away by Sheridan. Now at the fast break, that's number 1, Sydney Shank. She takes a layup up, no good. Looks like it was blocked. Gonna be Sheridan basketball underneath. Number 3, Ava Heller inbounding the basketball for Sheridan. Pass inside to Peyton Powell. Powell gives it to Heller. Heller dribbles it to the top of the key. Gives it to 1, Sydney Shank. Her three-pointer up. Foul on the floor. Looks like they're going to call that on number 24. 42, Faith Hayes. First foul for either team. Sheridan going to be inbounding the basketball underneath the basket. Pass in, tipped, given out to the corner. Number 11, Peyton Powell. Her three-point shot is up, no good. Rebound fought for. Possession remains Sheridan. That's number 2, Haley Warner. She takes a three-point shot. That's up, no good. Goes out of bounds. Will be John Glenn basketball.
Sheridan will press. Looks like full court. We'll see if they get a trap point. Looks like straight man to this advantage. They will try to throw long.
Deep pass into number 42, Faith Hayes. Bit of a skirmish going on and an injured Sheridan General on the play. Took a hard hit against that wall.
Yeah, John Glenn on their press offense tried to throw long. It was longer than expected. And then an injury to Hallie Warner for Sheridan as she crashed into the wall, breaking up the long inbounds pass for the John Glenn Lady Muskies.
And I couldn't tell if that was a shot or not from Faith Hayes because there's a lot of commotion going on down there, but looks like they're going to bring in a substitution for Peyton Powell.
Well, I think also the discussion is who really has the basketball. I believe it's Sheridan, but there's still some discussion with the officials and the coaching staff of Sheridan.
Number 4,
John Glenn, no pressure. They will fall back into the half court that they've had the entire first quarter.
Sheridan does have the basketball, and it is number 3, Ava Heller with the ball. She kicks to the right side over to Addie Schaefer. She's double teamed. A fight for the ball. Looks like they're going to call jump ball.
Very physical by John Glenn that time. They doubled out on the wing as the ball went across the timeline. And you can expect a lot of that, so you're going to have to see Sheridan make an adjustment as soon as you cross the timeline with the dribble, anticipate the double team, and then kick back to the other side.
Tough defense being played by both sides, not going to be a stranger to either of them. And the double team on that left corner, kicked out to the top of the key, over to the right wing. That's number 5, Miley Forgrave with the basketball. She tries to get it out, ball tip will remain Sheridan basketball. That's going to remain Miley Forgrave inbounding the ball. That's to number 3, Ava Heller. She has it top of the key. Pressure starting to get closer and closer on the defenders. Forgrave kicks it to Warner. Warner back to Forgrave. She has the basketball top of the key. Forgrave gets it to Warner. Warner in the corner. That's number 21. Megan Turns with a three-point basket. That's good.
Patience that time by Sheridan. Take it left, bring it back right. Did a very good job of moving the basketball against the zone.
Right, and when you have two players who are constantly chasing over the basketball, Howard, typically that means one person is open. Sheridan finding the open person and getting the easy basket. John Glenn now with the basketball. That's Zemensky, gives it inside to, that's Lyric, and she gets fouled on the floor. They're going to give that foul to number 21, Megan Turns. First foul for the Lady Generals here in this first quarter of play. 9-0 Sheridan lead over the Muskies. That's Oliver in the left corner. She gives it to Paisley. Paisley to Zemensky. Defender hits the floor. Zemensky wide open three ball. That's good. First points of the game for the John Glenn Lady Muskies. 9-3 lead for the Sheridan Lady Generals. Sheridan now with the basketball. That's Pregame with the basketball. She kicks it to Heller. Heller in the corner. That's number 21 with another three-point basket. Shot up, no good. Rebound fought for on the floor. Jump ball called. Possession, John Glenn.
Well, Sheridan did a nice job on their zone offense of splitting the double team on top between the guard and the point defensively, and they were able to get the ball to the other side of the floor after the dribble penetration.
That is now 6 3-pointers taken in this first quarter of play for the Sheridan Lady Generals. And the ball inbounded, stolen away by Sheridan. Now with the basketball across half court, that's number 3, Ava Heller. She takes a three-point shot up, no good. Rebound fought for on the floor. Very tight defense being playing all game. Ball tried to be saved by my Oliver, but no good. A lot of three-pointers being taken by Sheridan early in the game.
Well, that's a result of the John Glenn zone defense, where they're giving them some opportunities to shoot the three by way of ball reversal.
And Sheridan inbounding the basketball following the attempted save by John Glenn. Ball kicked to the corner, tipped away by Riley Zemensky, will remain Sheridan basketball.
A nice zone offense by Sheridan. Not that John Glenn's defense is bad, but Sheridan doing a very good job of moving.
Yes, they are not being afraid to pass the ball to the next person and just keeping the rock moving, which has led to some easy open looks and 3 3-pointers made here in the first quarter of play. 9-3 lead, Sheridan over John Glenn. Ball tipped out by my Oliver, will remain Sheridan basketball. 2:36 left to go here in this first quarter of play. Before this ball is inbounded, hey, we do want to say, if you want to check out the AVC Sports broadcast schedule, it's available on yourradioplace.com, as well as anything else that we do, video-wise, radio-wise, you name it, it's all there, yourradioplace.com. Sheridan inbounds the basketball. That's number 3, Ava Heller. She takes the basket. She takes the ball to the basket, drives, and scores. 11-3 lead, Sheridan over John Glenn. John Glenn looking to go quick on the inbound. Pass given across half court. That's Zemensky. Takes a quick jumper. Shot up, no good. Rebound over the head of Lyric into the hands of Sheridan. Sheridan now with the basketball on the right wing. That's number 2, Haley Warner. She has the basketball, drive, shot up, and good.
That's 2 straight possessions where they've split the zone, the Lady General. So I think Coach at the break may have to make some adjustments defensively.
Coming across half court, that's number 33, Addison Paisley. She's being guarded closely. Now kick to number 32, Elena Sigmund. She takes a quick basket, shot up, no good. Another miss for the Lady Muskies here early in the game. Sheridan now with the basketball, pass tipped right into the hands of Coach Gary Sigmund. Will be out of bounds. Sheridan basketball. Sheridan doing a good job getting a lot more shots up than John Glenn, but John Glenn not really having many offensive sets to run in the half court on their offensive possessions, because there's very tight defense, very close defensive matchups, and defensive intensity all around. John Glenn trying to match that, but Sheridan just playing really smart, getting good looks and easy looks, leading to the 13-3 lead. At number 21 in the corner, Megan turns, hit three-point basket, up and good.
They're going to have to get out of that zone or just take a chance that Sheridan gets cold.
John Glenn now with the basketball across half court and driving baseline. That's number 33, Addison Paisley. Ball knocked out of bounds by Sheridan. Will be John Glenn basketball underneath the basket.
16-3, and Sheridan shot very well this first quarter.
Only 6 shots missed for Sheridan here in this first quarter with 16 points on the board. Number 2, Maya Oliver with the basketball. She drives, ball is poked away, stolen by the Generals. Fast break opportunity for the Lady Generals. Pass long, but saved. That's a shot for Sheridan's number 3, Ava Heller for 3. That basket is good. Timeout called from John Glenn. We're going to take it with him, go over some stats, get our heads screwed on straight. We'll be right back after this full timeout.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school football. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, cabin, seasonal home, a garage, or even farm equipment, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website, patronsbuckeye.com.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client, you're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
Welcome back to the Tank at John Glenn High School in New Concord. I'm Brett Klein alongside Howard Twiggs. Following that timeout, Sheridan still holding a 19-3 lead over the John Glenn Little Muskies. And Howard, we're talking Sheridan is just being the much more aggressive and consistent team right now.
Yeah, lights out offensively against the zone. And again, I come back to Heller on Oliver. Just no room for Meyer Oliver. She has the ball on top and is doubled right away.
And she kicks it over to Zemensky on that right wing. Zemensky being guarded closely. Zemensky looking nothing. Gives the ball to number 30, Elena Sigmund. Sigmund to Oliver. Oliver top of the key. She's looking to drive. Kicks it out to Zemensky. She pump fakes. Takes a step back three. Her shot up. No good. Rebounded by Sheridan. A lot of missed shots here early for John Glenn. And the ball looks like it was tipped away and deflected off of Sheridan will beat John Glenn basketball underneath 17 and a half seconds ago here in the first quarter.
Yeah, big break for the Lady Musk. Let's see if they can convert, get the ball to Oliver. She'll go back to Zemensky for the bomb.
Shut up and good. 6 points. All John Glenn Lady Muskie points here in the first quarter of play. Zemensky with 6, John Glenn with 6. 19-6 lead for the Sheridan Lady Generals, approaching 2-1. Ball fought for. Looks like they're going to call a foul before the buzzer.
Well, John Glenn, after the timeout, came back with full court man, and Sheridan did a nice job of driving to the basket. I think the officials are going to say no foul, so they let the clock run out.
And with that, we're going to take a break following this first quarter of play. Sheridan with a 19-6 lead over the Lady Muskies. We'll be right back after this.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 260-6699.
Welcome back. Second quarter play here in John Glenn as the Lady Muskies are trailing 19-6. Looks like they are going to call a foul on number 54, Aubrey Larrick there, Howard. That's going to be the first foul for her, but we're in the second quarter play, so no fouls for either team to start here. Sheridan with the basketball. Number 4, Addie Schaefer has the basketball top the key. That's Fairgrave. Fairgrave inside to Peyton Powell. She has another pass out. Number 3, Ava Hetler, her three-point basket up, no good. Rebound on the floor and fought for. A good job on the rebound there to really stand your ground and make an effort. That's going to be a foul call on Sheridan. Looks like they're going to call that on number 2.
John Glenn opened man in the second quarter, and Sheridan did have a drive opportunity, but they couldn't convert. Now John Glenn with the basketball running their press offense.
John Glenn struggling to get the ball across half court and turned over. Sheridan now with the basketball. That's number 5, Miley Forgrave. She takes a 2-point basket up, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Generals. 3-point basket up from number 2, Haley Warner. Her 3-point shot is up, no good. Rebound, fought for. Whistle on the play. Looks like it's going to be underneath the basket, out of bounds. Sheridan basketball.
Checking in from John Glenn, number 4, Brindley Caveza.
Sheridan looking to inbound the basketball. They get it in. Pass over the heads. No one going for it. That's number 2. Haley Warner getting the basketball over to Ava Heller. Ava Heller driving, takes a layup, shot up, and good.
Not a lot of help there that time defensively for the Lady Muskies.
The Red Sea parted here on this December. And a shot up from number 4 inside Brindley Caveza. No good. Looks like it was partially blocked on the way up. Out of bounds will be John Glenn basketball.
Break for the Lady Muskies because there was a travel on the play.
That's Zemensky looking to inbound the basketball. They gave it to number 2, Mai Oliver. Only one defender on her this time around. Looking to take a shot. She drives, layup, up, and no good from number 2, Mai Oliver. 2 shots, 2 misses here early in the game. Second quarter, just under 7 minutes to go until halftime. Sheridan with the basketball, top of the key. That's number 3, Ava Heller. She's looking to drive, kicks it out to Addie Schaefer. She takes a 3-point basket. Shut up, no good. Rebounded by John Glenn. That's Zemensky with the basketball. They get the ball across half court. Oliver with it on the left side. She drives across the floor, kicks it to number 42, Faith Hayes. Her 3-point basket up, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Generals. And looks like it's going to be a quick, cheeky foul call here on what looks like number 20, Elena Berry.
This second quarter has been sped up, I think, due in part to the John Glenn defense. They've really kind of hurried Sheridan a little bit, and that's just transferred back to both ends with the basketball. So I expect more wide open basketball in this second frame.
Sheridan will be inbounding the basketball. 6.5 to go here in the second quarter of play. 21-6 lead for the Lady Generals here early. They have one defender. That's Elena Berry. They get the ball across half court. Number 3, Ava Heller, takes a quick layup, shot up, misses, rebounded. Allie Warner, her shot's up and good.
Just way too many drives to the basket for Sheridan for John Glenn's defense.
And a shot up from Elena Berry, drives inside. Foul call on the play. Looks like it's going to be 2 shots for number 20, Elena Berry. They're going to call that on number 1, Sydney Shaw. That is the second foul here in the second quarter. 2 shots coming up for the Lady Muskies. First one up, no good.
Muskies substitutions, 54, Aubrey Larrick.
John Glenn bringing in number 30, Elena Sigmund, and at number 54, Aubrey Larrick. Bringing in some size, hopefully to get an offensive rebound. Second shot from number 20, Elena Berry, is up and good.
John
That is
Glenn,
the
yeah, excuse me, straight man.
second scorer for the John Glenn Lady Muskies. Zemensky with 6, and now Berry with 1 on split free throws. Sheridan now with the basketball, top of the key. That's number 4, Addie Schaefer. Excuse me, that's number 2, Haley Warner. She drives, layup, and good.
Okay, just no help defense by John Glenn.
And now John Glenn across half court. She gives the basketball to number 13, Zemensky. From the left wing, she takes a 3-point shot up, no good. Rebounded by John Glenn. And going to be a jump ball call on the floor. Will remain John Glenn basketball if we have the scoreboard right. Howard, a lot of misses for John Glenn here early. And not a lot of good looks either. There's nothing that's an open shot. There's nothing that's,
Well, the
advantage of a mismatch.
The defense by Sheridan has just been very good, both on the ball and on the help side. And also, anytime there's been dribble drive penetration, there's finally a good look.
Shut up, no good from, that's number 30, Elena Sigmund. Rebounded by Sheridan. Pass down the floor. Number 4, Addie Schaefer with the basketball. She kicks it out to Sydney Shonk. Shonk, top the key to Powell. Powell across, that's number 2. Haley Warner, 3-point basket up, no good. Rebound fought for. Looks like it's going to be a foul call on Sheridan. Will be John Glenn at basketball. That is Addie Schaefer's first foul of the game. Howard, not many fouls here early. I have 4 for the game. for John Glenn and 4 for the game for the Lady Generals.
I think part of that is that on Sheridan's side, they've just had such an easy time getting the ball on the zone offense, and they also on the dribble drive when John Glenn has gone to man. There's another turnover, and I believe she stepped on the line. So ball back to John Glenn. So that's one of the reasons why there's not a lot of fouls.
Turnover followed by another turnover here, Howard. So it will be John Glenn basketball. Again, 25-7 lead for the Sheridan Lady Generals here early. Approaching 4.5 to go before halftime. That's number 2, Maya Oliver with the basketball. She drives, spins, ball poked away. That's Aubrey Larrick with the basketball. She loses it. Turnover, John Glenn Muskies. Sheridan now with the fast break. That's number 21, Megan Turns with the basketball. She drives, poked out of bounds, will remain Sheridan basketball.
Anytime Oliver has had dribble drive penetration, Sheridan has come up with the double on her, has really made it difficult.
Quick inbound to number 2. Her shot up, no good. Rebound fought for will be in the possession of John Glenn. It looks like they're going to get John Glenn on a little check from number 20, Elena Berry.
Elena Berry, her second. Checking in for John.
Not a bad foul call because she, if you're setting a screen or even trying to just get in the way, don't lean into them.
Yeah, but your team lost possession.
Will be Sheridan basketball underneath. Looking to inbound the ball. They bring in number 42, Faith Hayes, for Barry. Sheridan with the basketball. Kicks it to the corner. Number 2, Haley Warner. Her three-point basket up and good. Hallie Warner doing a lot of the shooting and scoring for Sheridan here in the second quarter of play. John Glenn now with the basketball. That's Faith Hayes with it. She kicks it over to Elena Sigmund. Sigmund with the basketball. She's going back and forth, top of the key, gives it to Maya Oliver. Maya Oliver on the right wing. She drives, pass out, deflected. That's Hayes. Back to Sigmund. Sigmund to Oliver. Right wing. She takes a three-point basket. Her shot is up and good.
3 points, Maya Oliver.
We will say Maya Oliver was 8 points away from being the all-time leading scorer. She's now 5 points to break. Layup taken inside by number 3, Ava Heller. Her basket's no good. Rebounded by John Glenn. Riley Zemensky with the basketball. She has it baseline driving. Kicks to Sigmund. Her 2-point basket. Shot up, no good. Rebound on the floor. Fought for. Will be possession. Sheridan. They have the basketball now. Coming across half court with the ball. That's number 3, Ava Heller. Heller kicks it to Foregrave. Foregrave drives into the corner. Ball out, and looks like they're going to call a blocking foul on number 42, Faith Hayes, which that's always tough because she just got beat off the dribble and just got her hip twisted in her knee, and obviously they're going to call the block on that.
Yeah, oftentimes though, coaches will tell you, don't move your hands, move your feet, anticipate the drive, and take one little slide step, and you'll be in position defensively on the dribble drive.
Sheridan with the basketball. Sydney Schonk with a wide open 3, top of the key. Shot up, no good. Out of bounds will be John Glenn basketball. That is the second shot for Sydney Schonk, number 1. And 0 for 2 on the game. John Glenn now trailing 28-10. Just under 3 minutes to go. Inbounding the basketball, John Glenn. Getting the ball across half court. They get the ball to number 33, Addison Paisley. Paisley, she has it. She drives. Kicks it inside to number 54, Aubrey Larrick. Her basket is up and good. First shot, first make for number 54, Aubrey Larrick, who I'm surprised they aren't utilizing more because Howard, she is a pretty good-sized, defender and post player to have down there.
One more dribble drive, and I think we're going to get a couple of free throws for the Lady Generals.
They're going to call that on number 30, Elena Sigmund, the junior. Her first foul. Looks like it'll be 2 shots.
I have a feeling, too, that Coach Sigmund would like to go back to the zone because, the man offense by Sheridan has just been as good as their zone offense. I'm thinking he must be thinking that if we can get a little closer, we can probably go back to the zone and hope that they've cooled down some because the man offense for Sheridan, they've just been taking it to the rack every possession.
Absolutely, and it's worked for them, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Second free throw up and good, making a pair. That's number 2, Hallie Warner for Sheridan. 30-12 lead here in the second quarter of play, and it looks like they're going to be a kicked ball. Quick play, getting the ball inbound, drives, pass out, and the call.
Yeah, that's a result on that dribble drive simply by trying to force the action. A little bit of frustration by the John Glenn ladies that they can't get their offense set up in the half court. So let's try to really attack the basket with the dribble.
Looking to inbound the basketball. It's Zemensky. The ball is tipped and stolen away by number 11. Peyton Powell, good play on that. They look to kick it inside. Pass just through the hands of the Sheridan Lady Generals. Goes out of bounds. Will be John Glenn basketball. Almost a good look, but just put a little bit too much on that. Went right through the hands of the Lady General down inside the post, and turnover Generals. John Glenn inbounding the basketball. That's number 33, Addison Paisley with the ball. Paisley has it across half court. Paisley's looking and driving. Ball fought for on the floor. Looks like they're going to call a jump ball. Will be possession Sheridan.
Yeah, another good defensive trip by Sheridan, because when you turn your back when you have the basketball, you're just inviting somebody to just back tap it away, and that's what happened there. That would be a coaching moment for Coach Sigmund, I'm sure, at halftime.
Especially dribbling that ball so far away from the body. A good pass inside to number 3, Ava Heller. Her shot is up, no good. Ava Heller not finding any success on the 5 shots she's taken here in the second quarter. Zemensky with the basketball. She drives. Her shot is up and good. She's keeping her scoring numbers up here in the second quarter of play. 8 points on the game, 30-14 lead for Sheridan. Just under 2 minutes to play before halftime. Generals with the basketball. Looks to get it inside, and they're going to get an offensive foul call.
Cheapy. Big break for John Glenn there. That's really not a lot of contact on either side there in the post-up.
They're going to give it to number 2, Hallie Warner. That's her second foul. Bringing in a substitution, number 1, Sydney Schonk for Hallie Warner. John Glenn inbounding the ball. That's number 33 who inbounded it, Addison Paisley. She gets the ball back in her hands. Paisley looking, gives it to Oliver. Oliver spins inside, takes a layup. Her shot is up. They're going to call a foul on the play from number 5, Miley Forgrave. Her first foul. Oliver will be shooting 2, and her chance to continue to close the gap and becoming the John Glenn girls' leading all-time scorer, Howard.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a case of bodies flying on the floor. The officials say has to be a foul on somebody. Let's give it to red.
Foul number 4, Annie Schaefer. Her second. Maya Oliver at the line, shooting 2.
This should be 2 good ones.
First shot up. Nothing but net for Oliver. Now has 4 points. Again, a reminder, she needs 8 to break. Oliver, second free throw, eyes it, shoots it, and same result as the first one. Bottom of the net, 5 points for Maya Oliver, all coming in the second quarter. 30-16, under a minute and a half to go before halftime. Sheridan with the basketball. That's number 4, Addie Schaefer with the basketball on the right wing. Schaefer over to Schonk. Schonk top of the key. She drives, wide open lane, layup, no good, just rimmed out, and a deep pass to Faith Hayes. She takes the layup, no good, foul on the play. Tight defense, but a foul called on the Lady Generals. We're going to see who it's going to be on. Number 5.
Sheridan has missed 2 wide open layups here in this second quarter. So John Glenn hanging around. It's a 14-point lead for Sheridan with 1:04 to go here. So obviously if you can cut it here, you know, you've got a chance to be under 10, perhaps, going into the halftime break.
Absolutely. And obviously right now John Glenn has to look at, you know, second half of play, they have a sizable deficit to overcome. You got to get the ball in the basket somehow. Second shot up from number 42, Faith Hayes, is good. Goes 1 for 1, gets in the scoring column for this game. 30-17 lead, Muskies over the Generals. Sheridan looking to inbound the basketball. Gets it across half court. Number 5, Miley Forgrove with the basketball. She kicks to the corner. Number 1, Sydney Schonk. Her 3-pointer's up and good.
3 points.
Just a spot up 3, and you just didn't get there if you're John Glenn.
Just under a minute to play. John Glenn with the drive, number 33, Addison Paisley, shot up, no good. Sheridan with the rebound. The ball being fought for. And it looks like it's going to be a 10-second call on Sheridan following the defense. The ball was knocked around a little bit, but never really.
Yeah, I don't know if Sheridan had possession the entire 10 seconds. Doesn't matter. That's what the officials think. So
31.7 seconds here to go before halftime. John Glenn going to be inbounding the basketball near half court. Maya Oliver with the inbound. She gives it to Addison Paisley, top of the key. Paisley with the basketball. She's looking, trying to set something up for the offense. Paisley to Zemensky on the right wing. Zemensky gives it to Faith Hayes, top of the key. She's looking, Hayes driving. Kicks it to number 33, Addison Paisley. Her three-point basket up and good.
3 points. Addie Paisley.
Looks like they're going to be calling something here. A delay of game on John Glenn.
For what? I think this is going to require some explanation. Coach Sigmund's kind of wondering the same thing, like, hey, let's first get the ball out of the net. Let's take care of that. And then a delay of game. I did not see John Glenn toss the ball away, which would be the normal sequence. If you have a delay of game after a made basket, you knock it away so the red team, in this case Sheridan, can't inbound right away. That's a strange call.
And 10 seconds left to go before the half. The ball passed, looking to get across half court and given away back to the John Glenn Lady Muskies. Ball sails out of bounds. 8.3 to go before half.
And they could cut it to
10 points. 33-20 lead for the Lady Generals before halftime. Maya Oliver will be inbounding the basketball. She's looking to get the ball in bounds. Gives it to number 33, Addison Paisley. Paisley back to Oliver, looking to take the last shot. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Maya Oliver, deep step back. Her shot is up, off the front of the rim, no good. And that will do it for this first half of play. John Glenn trailing 33-20 to the Sheridan Lady Generals. We're going to take a quick break, tally some stats, go over a few things before we resume with our halftime coverage. We'll be right back after this.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops. Now here's your host, Eric Reeser.
Boys and girls high school basketball seasons are underway all over the Buckeyes state. The Ohio High School Athletic Association recently awarded football state champions at the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton. A big team from a small town made some history as Marion Local from Maria Stein, that's near the Ohio-Indiana border, captured its 15th Division VII state championship. Ryan Baker will be my guest. He called high school football state championship games recently for the OHSAA, and we'll discuss the incredible success at Marion Local. That's next. This is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
In Ohio, public education matters. And every day, Ohio's public school educators use their united voice to advocate for the supports and resources our public schools need so every child thrives. No exceptions. I'm Ohio Education Association President Scott DeMauro, and on behalf of our 120,000 members, OEA is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Because great public schools are a winning playbook for Ohio, and Ohio is stronger when we stand together to cheer for our students' success.
This is ONN.
I'm Eric Reeser. Ryan Baker is my guest. He called the 2024 Ohio State Football Championship games for the Ohio High School Athletic Association. In Division VII, Marion Local won its 15th state championship by beating Hillsdale 74-0. That's one of the largest margin of victories in the history of state championship games in the Buckeye State. With that historic win, the Flyers extended their win streak to 64 games, having not lost since 2020. I asked Ryan what makes this Marion Local program so special.
It's pretty impressive what they did. I mean, it's a historic streak just about. I think I saw something up at the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium this weekend, ranking this streak obviously the longest in Ohio high school history, but pretty high as far as winning streaks in the nation, although I believe the top one was a school in California, and it was like 131, so they're just over halfway, right about halfway to that one. But they just do everything so technically, fundamentally sound. They do what they do, and they truly don't care about what you're doing to them because they know that they're going to do what they do and execute just that much better. And they just build it on, they have a total community buy-in. Everybody is in that part of the state, and especially Maria Stein, Marion Local. And you see it, these kids that have played in this state championship this year, they were the ball boys on teams 10 years ago. And you saw the ones that will be on state championships in 10 years, they were the ball boys out on the field running around playing and having a good time. It starts with at the home and with the communities and the parents, and just everybody's bought in.
Ryan, has there been any talk of moving Marion Local up a division or maybe 2 divisions so that when they get to the state level, there aren't these kind of blowout games?
No, not to my knowledge, and quite frankly, there shouldn't be. They're playing by the rules. They only have one kid that was on that team this past weekend that wasn't a true Marion Local kid, like didn't grow up and go to school, kindergarten through whatever age they are now in Marion Local. They have 108 boys in the school. 68 of them are on the football roster, so their roster is as big as like a D3 school, D4 school, but you can't hold them accountable for that because all the kids are involved and want to play. That's not their fault. I think the only thing you could do is maybe possibly if you seeded it 1 through 64, all the teams in Division 7, maybe you wouldn't get a 74-0 game in the state championship. But then you would see probably them playing a Minster who they had already played twice this year. So no, I haven't heard any talk, and I don't think there should be.
My thanks to Ryan Baker of the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network. I'm Eric Reeser, and this has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops.
Welcome back to the Tank. Halftime, John Glenn trailing 33-20. Howard, we've seen a pretty hard-fought first half from both teams. What do you want to pull away from the first half of play from both sides?
You know, I think the score is exactly where it should be. Sheridan with a 33-20 lead. They were 13 points better than John Glenn in that first half, including off to a great start where I believe they led 9-0 as they buried some threes early going against the John Glenn zone defense. So I think first for Sheridan, what they did extremely well was 2 things, one on the offensive end, one on the defensive side. On the offensive end, when John Glenn was in the 1-2-2 zone, they moved the basketball, they hit side, they hit wing, they used the high post some, kicked ball back, and they buried some threes, so they had a very good zone offense. And then when John Glenn had no choice but to go to the man, they just absolutely just took it right to the basket, and John Glenn was able to offer any kind of ball side help, stop the dribble, take the defense down low, take some charges. So Sheridan offensively did a really good job. For John Glenn, I think offensively they just weren't able to get a lot going for a couple of reasons. Number one, I said this earlier, Ava Heller did a great job on Maya Oliver. Oliver's going to get her points, but she worked very hard in the first half to get there. So I think John Glenn's going to have to find some ways to get Oliver open. Maybe instead of out on the perimeter where she's been double teamed, they may set her low, try to bring her off some screens because Sheridan's playing man defense and able to get her some looks that way. So lots for John Glenn to do on both sides of the court.
Absolutely. If we look at some individuals here for the Lady Muskies, I mean, shooting-wise, you haven't really taken many shots. I mean, the person who shot the most is number 33, Addison Paisley. She only has 3 points and is 1 for 5. You know, the person who shot the most has 5 shots. You look at some other scores. Zemeski has the most shots taken. She has 8 points. She's made 3 and missed 3. So she is 3 for 6. But overall, the scoring column, 5 points for Maya Oliver, including 2 free throws, 1 for 4. Brindley Cavesa, she's 0 for 1, missed her lone shot that she took in the second quarter. Riley Zemensky leading the Lady Muskies, 8 points, 3 of 6. Elena Berry has 1 point on a free throw. Addison Paisley, 3 points on 1 of 5 shooting. Faith Hayes also has 1 point on a free throw, and Aubrey Larrick has 2 points on 1 made shot, the only shot she took and made in the second quarter. We look at the Sheridan Lady General side, a lot of shots being taken, and that's in part by how well they're picking apart the zone defense of the Lady Muskies. Even when they switched to man, and that didn't last very long, whatever defense that John Glenn is throwing out, the Generals have a good answer for. So we look at what happened in that first half with the zone. They drove, kick out, and they were able to get a lot of good open shots, which is why they have such a sizable lead. They're taking good shots, and they're making their shots.
Well, John Glenn's going to have to figure out, they're still in the locker room, and that's often a sign that you've got a lot of things to work on. They're just now coming out with a minute and 25 to go. But they've got to work on the defensive end and make an identity, make some stops, get tougher, move your feet, play physical, really try to really out-muscle Sheridan, especially on top on the perimeter. So John Glenn's going to have to do it on the defensive end. Offensively, I think they'll get going, but I think they still need to move Oliver around to a few places, and hopefully they can get some other good looks.
Absolutely. A quick look at the scoring for Sheridan. Number 1, Sydney Schonk. She has 3 points of 1 of 4 shooting. Hallie Warner leading the Lady Generals, 12 points on 5 of 8 shooting, including a pair of made free throws. Ava Heller playing good defense on Maya Oliver. She has 7 points, 3 of 8 from the field. Number 4, Addie Schaefer, 2 points on 1 lone field goal in the first half. Miley Forgrave, 3 points on 1 of 2 shooting. Peyton Powell took 2 shots, did not convert on either of those 2. And Megan Turns, 6 points, 2 of 3 shooting. That brings your halftime score 33-20. We're getting close to 15 seconds before the second half starts and the third quarter of play. Again, one thing that we're looking at today is senior number 2, Maya Oliver, looking to become the leading scorer in John Glenn girls history. Needs 8 to break, currently has 5. So Howard, I mean, if I were a betting man, I'd say it's darn near possible, especially with the amount of points that John Glenn is trailing. Hey, you got to start scoring somehow.
Right, she'll get her points. By the way, rebounding, Sheridan 14-10 margin, and turnovers 9 for John Glenn, 6 for the Lady Generals in the first half.
As we kick into this third quarter of play, I want to give a quick thanks to our sponsors, Valentine Insurance, Stoney's RV, Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Wakefield Dental, West 40 Auto Sales, Doan Ford, WB Green Insurance, People's Bank, and Allen Hunter State Farm. John Glenn with the basketball, pass inside, shot up by number 30, Elena Sigmund, shot up, no good. Rebound by the Lady Generals. 3-point bucket in the air for number 3, Ava Heller, shot up, no good. Rebounded John Glenn. John Glenn gets the ball across half court. Maya Oliver handling the ball, getting double teamed. Kick across court. Number 33, Addison Paisley, 3-point basket. Short off the rim, goes out of bounds, will be Sheridan basketball.
And that's a couple of looks for John Glenn here in this first half minute of the third quarter. Just didn't convert.
A good change of pace for the Muskies, but like you said, just not able to convert. Kind of not what you're looking for to start the second half. 2 shots, 2 misses, and Sheridan now with the basketball. Under 7.5 to go here in the third quarter of play. Sheridan across half court, number 11, Peyton Powell with the basketball. She has it in the left corner. Tight defense. It looks like they're going to get a jump ball call. Will be.
Tough call.
That was a very quick jump ball decision.
Yeah, I think they're going to call a foul. That can't be a jump. It's going to be a common foul.
We're going to see if they do call a foul or if they're just going to.
I'm not really sure what they knew what they were calling.
Ball inbounded, number 3, Ava Heller. She has the basketball, shot up, no good. Rebounded John Glenn. Zemensky with the basketball. Zemensky to Paisley. Paisley top the key. She's looking to get the offense set up. Again, Maya Oliver being smothered by number 3, Ava Heller. Paisley over to Faith Hayes on the wing. Pass to Sigmund. 3-point bucket up, no good. Elena Sigmund taking all the shots for John Glenn here in the third quarter, missing all 3. No bucket here to start. Number 5, Miley Forgrave now with the basketball. She takes a 2-point basket. No good. Rebound fought for number 11, Peyton Powell. Her shot up, no good. Rebounded by John Glenn. And the pass to number Faith Hayes, the pass number 42, Faith Hayes deflected, will be John Glenn basketball.
Tough shooting for both squads opening this third quarter. No points as of yet.
Just under 6.5 to go. The inbound into number 30, Elena Sigmund. She has it on the left wing. Sigmund looking, trying to get the ball to Oliver. No good. Gets it to Addison Paisley instead. Paisley, tight defense, ball poked around. She maintains possession. Paisley to Zemensky. Zemensky to Sigmund. Sigmund looking inside. Pass knocked out of bounds. Intended for number 2, Maya Oliver.
Yeah, they put her on the block for this third quarter, which is really what they should be doing.
Zemensky looking to inbound the basketball. There's going to be tight defensive coverage. Maya Oliver with the ball. She has it. Shot up, no good off the front of the rim. Rebound fought for. Looks like it's going to remain John Glenn basketball. Score remains 33-20. Approaching 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter, and no score for either club. And the ball inbounded. Try to get it to Oliver, but just missed. Will be Sheridan basketball.
Boy, John Glenn really getting a lot of breaks here early in this third quarter. They really have to get something. Now the officials changed their mind. They're going to go to Sheridan. So at first they had whistled the ball to John Glenn. Now back to Sheridan. So good officiating there.
Inbound given to number 5, Miley Forgrave. She has it. Forgrave to Warner. Warner leading the Sheridan Lady Generals with 12 points. Warner driving, kick inside to Forgrave. Her layup is up. Bounces around and good.
Yeah, ball screen on top. No help side defense.
Gets us in the scoring column in the second half of play. 35-20 lead for the Lady Generals. That's Paisley with the basketball. She drives in the left wing. No good. Gets her own rebound. Paisley has it. Tries to kick it out to Zemensky. Almost stolen away. Takes a three-pointer. That's good.
Well, they needed that, yeah.
Absolutely. Paisley missing. Gets her own board. Kicks out to Zemensky. Three-pointer good. 35-23, 12-point lead. Inbounded. Quick play. Number 3, Ava Heller, makes easy work of the sloppy defense. Quick 2 points. 37-23 lead. John Glenn has it. Sigmund takes the three-pointer up. No good. If I were Coach Gary Sigmund, I would say, you need to stop shooting. You're 0 for 4 here in the third quarter. The pass to Miley Fargrave, three-point basket up, no good. Rebounded by John Glenn. That's Paisley with the ball. She has it, kicks it to Sigmund. Sigmund gives it to Hayes in the right corner.
I think they're going to maybe get
offensive foul, it looks like.
Yeah, Oliver. On the entire possession of this third quarter, she's been very physical inside. There were a couple of times where she pushed off, no call. I think the officials said to themselves, "Okay, that's enough. We're gonna hammer her on this one."
Finally decide to either get a good vantage point to where they can finally see it, or just
I think they gave her some room.
Tired of watching it happen.
Yeah, she abused, and they finally got her. Now she's going to pick up number 3 on a cheapie.
As you mentioned, 3 fouls now for number 2, Maya Oliver.
I don't think she's coming out, though, Brett.
I don't believe so. You need to keep Oliver and you need to keep Zemensky. And right now, you got to find a way to keep Sheridan away from the bottom of the net and find yourself in the bottom of the net. Sheridan with the basketball. Number 21, Megan Turns has it. She kicks it across top of the court. Number 2, Hallie Warner with the ball. She drives, loses her grip. Number 2, Maya Oliver with the basketball. She drives, and a blocking foul is called. Now, that's a tough call, Howard, because I can understand how she wasn't set, but at the same time, she got ran over.
Yeah, tough call. You know, that block charge call always is the biggest dispute in basketball. It can go either way. The officials saw it as Oliver stayed in control and the defender was not set, so couple of free throws coming for Maya Oliver.
2 shots for Oliver. First shot up, bounces around, no good. Tough break. Again, chasing history for number 2. Maya Oliver needs 8 points to break the record. She has 5 following the missed free throw. So maybe that was intentional. Who knows, Howard? Second free throw is up and good. Substitution. They're going to bring out number 2, Maya Oliver.
That's interesting. I think she can play with 3 fouls.
I think with 4.5 to go, maybe give her a quick breather so she can have enough energy to get through the rest of the game. But I do agree. Interesting decision by Sigmund to bring out your leading scorer for the Muskies. Ball across half court. Hallie Warner with the ball. She kicks it to Sydney Shank, top of the key. Shank to Warner. She's driving on that left side. Kicks out to number 11, Peyton Powell. Tight defense on her. Powell back to Warner. Warner top of the key. That's Ava Heller. Heller to Powell. Pump fake. She drives. Layup is up. No good. Rebound fought for. Possession, John Glenn. That was a good shot by Peyton Powell. Just could not convert. John Glenn now with the basketball. That's Hayes to Zemensky. Zemensky has it. She's almost double teamed. Zemensky back to Hayes. Hayes driving and loses the ball. Looks like it's going to be tipped out from Sheridan. Will remain John Glenn basketball. Under 3.5 to go here in the third quarter of play. Again, 37-24 lead Generals over the Muskies. And a timeout.
Okay.
Full timeout. So with that full timeout, we're going to take a quick break, pay some bills. We'll be right back after these messages.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of a guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
We're this full timeout. I'm Brett Klein alongside Howard Twiggs. Howard, we're talking a little bit. You know, we have a couple changes here. Maya Oliver back in the basketball game for the Muskies, and John Glenn needs to get something moving here on offense. Oliver with the basketball. She has it. She drives. Layup is up. No good.
Well, she had the out-of-bounds play. They brought her back in for that reason. Had a good look, just didn't convert.
Sheridan now with the basketball. That's Warner with the ball. She has it. Kicks it to Heller. Heller being guarded by Oliver. Heller driving. Kicks it to the corner. And that's number 11, Peyton Powell. Her three-point basket is up. No good. Rebound fought for. Heller with the ball. That's good. Peyton Powell, three-point shot, but fought for by Ava Heller. She gets a two-point basket. Builds that lead back to 15 at 39-24 lead. Maya Oliver now with the basketball. She takes a quick shot and misses badly. Gets blocked on the play there. Kind of an ill-advised shot. That's now Warner with the basketball. She gives it to number 3, Ava Heller. She's starting to heat up in the third quarter. 6 points now for number 3, Ava Heller for the Generals. 41-24.
Just a clinic on secondary offense by Sheridan.
John Glenn goes with the basketball. Maya Oliver taking a deep three. No good.
That's frustration. I mean, when you jack a 22-footer with your offense, nobody moving, that's just, I think, right now, things are out of sorts for the Lady Muskies.
Larger deficit continuing to build for the Lady Muskies. Number 3, Ava Heller with the basketball. She kicks it to the right wing. Number 4, Addie Schaefer. Her three-point basket is good. 20-point lead now for the Lady Generals. Maya Oliver with it. She gets double-teamed. Kick inside to Zemensky. Swing to the wing. If I were number 20, Elena Berry, just let that go. She tried to fight for the ball, gets it off her fingertips, the ball she wasn't able to get.
Yeah, again, more frustration. Oliver, throws the long pass to the baseline. That's kicked back to the corner. That's thrown all the way across the floor. And John Glenn hasn't run their offense here in 2 or 3 trips.
Only 4 points for the Lady Muskies here in this third quarter of play, as opposed to 11 for the Lady Generals. 44-24 lead for the Lady Generals. That's number 3, Ava Heller with the basketball. She has it looking, gives it to Warner in the corner. Her three-point basket up, no good. Rebounded by Zemensky. That is the first shot by Warner here in this third quarter, and a miss on the three-point ball. John Glenn now with the basketball. Faith Hayes has it, top of the key. She's looking for something. Not finding anything. Gives it to number 30, Elena Sigmund. Sigmund with it. She gives it to Maya Oliver. Oliver to Zemensky in the corner. Zemensky looking. Pass to 42. Faith Hayes, her three-point basket. Long rebound. Looks like it was tipped by Aubrey Larrick out of bounds, and it will be Sheridan basketball.
Yeah, 1 minute to go here in this third quarter. Brett, you said it well. Just 4 points for John Glenn in this third quarter.
Playing with a lot of frustration, playing like you're being handled very well on offense and defense, and it's showing.
Yeah, this would probably, I'm just going to guess, one of the poorer efforts for John Glenn. Not necessarily execution, but there's another dribble drive. Well, maybe some execution. I mean, how many layups has Sheridan had?
Number 2, yeah, number 3, Ava Heller with 8 points now here in this third quarter play, outscoring the Lady Muskies alone. Maya Oliver now with the basketball. Throws a long one, gets tipped out of bounds, will remain John Glenn basketball. And if you're, if you're anybody else but Maya Oliver, I mean, you got to make some sort of move because you're getting double teamed. Go towards the ball in that situation, and we look at the pass that Maya just made. I mean, that's a long pass to make, and with not many good eyes on it.
Also, who's your point guard for John Glenn? At this point, I'm not seeing somebody really running the show.
Zemensky, top of the key, takes a quick three-point basket. That is up and good. 6 points here in this third quarter. Responsible for almost all of the scoring, all but 1 point here in this third quarter play. We're approaching 6 seconds here in the third quarter. 5-4. Drive from Warner. Shot up, no good. Looks like it was knocked out of bounds. 2.5 seconds to go. It will be Sheridan basketball underneath. Again, 2.5. Sheridan with a 46-27 lead. Going to be tough for John Glenn to make any sort of comeback here in this fourth quarter play. The ball is tipped and stolen off the inbound, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter of play. Sheridan with a 46-27 lead over the John Glenn Little Muskies. We're going to step aside, pay some bills. We'll be right back after these messages.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school football. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, cabin, seasonal home, a garage, or even farm equipment, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website, patronsbuckeye.com.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
Welcome back to the Tank in New Concord at John Glenn High School. I'm Brett Klein alongside Howard Twiggs. The Sheridan Lady Generals holding a 46-27 lead over the John Glenn Little Muskies here in this fourth quarter of play. Again, we are in the fourth quarter of play here, just underway. John Glenn with the basketball. Pass stolen away.
John Glenn settling in the man-to-man here in this fourth quarter.
Sheridan with the basketball. The pass inside deflected, but remains in Sheridan control. That's Ava Heller with the basketball. Ava Heller doing great defensively on number 2, Maya Oliver. Heller kicks it across and then into the corner to Peyton Powell. Powell kicks it outside. The ball just barely getting there. That's number 5, Mila Forgrave with the ball. Forgrave to Warner, the leading scorer for the Lady Generals. She has 15. Inside the paint, number 3, Ava Heller. Her shot is up, no good. Gets her own rebound and does the smart thing. Throws it out the leg of number 42, Faith Hayes. Will remain in the possession of Sheridan.
And again, no help side defense for John Glenn. Nobody stopping the ball after the dribble drive.
Sheridan inbounds the basketball. Number 2, Allie Warner has it. She gives it to Ava Heller. Looks like they're just going to play keep away. We have a big lead. you guys aren't playing on us, so we're going to take advantage of that and try to run this clock out. It is stolen away by number 20. That's Elena Berry. Maya Oliver now with the ball. She has it. Kicks it to Zemensky. Pass mishandled. Stolen by Sheridan. Sheridan with the ball. That's number 3, Ava Heller. She's being guarded by number 42, Faith Hayes. Heller to Warner. Warner across to Schaefer. Schaefer to Powell. She kicks it to Warner. Her three-point basket up, no good. Rebound fought for, no good, but stolen away. Warner not having much success here in the second half in terms of scoring. A quick layup inside taken by Maya Oliver. She gets fouled hard on the play, ends up on the ground.
Foul number 2, Hallie Warner. Her third.
3 fouls for number 2, Hallie Warner. Looks like they might bring her out, even though she's done very well this game. Maya Oliver shooting 2 for the Lady Muskies. First shot is up and good.
She is at how many points now?
This is now 7.
Gotcha.
So if you're keeping track, and if we were informed correctly, this next basket will break a record.
She's now their all-time leading scorer. Is that correct? Timeout for the Lady Muskies.
We're going to get close up on Maya Oliver. And what we're going to do right now, number 2, Maya Oliver, is the all-time girls leading scorer in John Glenn history. A big congratulations to the senior, number 2, Maya Oliver, for setting that record.
Just became the John Glenn High School girls basketball all-time leading scorer with 1,246 points. Congratulations, Maya.
Well, the next agenda item for John Glenn is to cut into this 46-29 lead. There's still time. I mean, you're really going to have to buckle it up defensively and shoot the ball offensively.
Absolutely. So you get the big one out of the way, and what's tough now is that you're in a big hole. So no matter what way you look at it, you still have to play very good basketball in order to really have a chance to get back in this game. And Sheridan so far is not really allowing that to happen. So again, fourth quarter play as we come out of this full timeout. Again, 1,246 points in a career. A big congratulations to senior number 2, Maya Oliver. Approaching 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Sheridan inbounding the basketball. A little full court pressure from the Little Muskies. Sheridan with the ball. They get it across half court. They give it to number 3, Ava Heller, having a good second half. Heller to Foregrave. Foregrave looking inside for Powell, no good. Kicks it across to number 2, Haley Warner. Warner looking for Heller. Nothing, gives it to Shank. Shank back to Powell. Powell has it looks to give it to Heller, doesn't, drives instead. Back out to Shank, left side. Shank to Foregrave, not being guarded, so she's just going to back up. We want you to come guard us.
Yeah, they are running an old-fashioned offense called the wheel, or the Sheridan Lady Generals. Haven't seen that in a long time.
Sheridan taking a good amount of time off this clock, under 5.5 to go. Shank with the basketball being guarded by Oliver. Shank to Powell. Powell to Foregrave. All of this action taking place near half court. Foregrave being guarded by Zemensky. The ball tipped, stolen by number 42, Faith Hayes. Looks like they're going to call a jump ball on the play. Will be possession Sheridan. 46-29 lead for the Lady Generals. And we look at some trends here in the second half of play. John Glenn not shooting well at all. Zemensky really the only one making a field goal, 2 3-point baskets, and that ball is stolen by number 2, Maya Oliver. Elena Sigmund, number 30, shooting 0 for 4 in the second half. Maya Oliver taking a shot. Her shot is up, no good. Oliver also struggling in the second half. She has yet to make a field goal, has made 3 free throws, and a drive inside and a hard foul from what looks like number 5, Ava Winland. Will be 2 shots for number 5 for Sheridan. That's Miley Foregrave.
Foul on number 5, Ava Wendland, her first.
And Howard, under 5 to go. What kind of message do you try to tell your girls to, come back down? 17 now, 18.
Yeah, the message is still the same. Hey, we're still in a ball game. We're still a varsity basketball team. We're still a good basketball team. Let's finish strong. Let's play hard. Let's work on some things that we need to work on, and finish this out in good fashion. Let's not quit. I think that's the message I would be giving.
Absolutely. Both free throws up and good for number 5, Miley Foregrave. 48-29 game. The Sheridan Lady Generals leading the John Glenn Little Muskies. Maya Oliver with the ball. She's driving, kicks it to number 5, Ava Wendland. Wendland looking inside to number 4, Brindley Cavesa. Cavesa back out to Wendland. Wendland looking to drive back into Cavesa. Pass just outside of her fingertips. Turnover will be Sheridan basketball.
A couple subs now for John Glenn, getting valuable varsity experience for the Lady Muskies.
Right, number 5, Ava Wendland, to number 4, Brindley Cavesa, both freshmen, alongside the seniors, Maya Oliver, Aubrey Larrick, and rounding out number 33, Addison Paisley. 3-point basket up and good.
Boy, Shonk is really impressive for a freshman shooting the long ball. Sloppy pass.
That's stolen away by Sheridan. Shonk with the drive, tipped away, but taken by number 2, Hallie Warner. Gets in the scoring column here in the second half of play. She now has 16 on the game to go, with 15 from number 3, Ava Heller. The Muskies now with the basketball. That's Wendland looking to get it inside to Larrick inside the post, and looks like they're going to get a foul call on number 2. Howard, that's the 4th foul for Hallie Warner.
Yeah, that would be a costly.
Looks like they're going to call that on Shonk instead.
Okay, all right. So Shonk takes the foul, so a little bit of a break there for Sheridan.
It's going to be Aubrey Larrick at the line, shooting 2. First free throw is up and good. Aubrey Larrick only taking one shot in the first half, 1 for 1. Made a quick layup, almost similar to how she did before the foul call. 3 points now for Aubrey Larrick in the game.
Yeah, Oliver's taking a seat. I'm just wondering if she's done for the day. Well, it appears as though that may be the case, Brett. And
most likely, it looks like she might have been handed the basketball that she scored that leading point with. And second shot up from Larrick, up and good. 4 points now for Aubrey Larrick. 53-31 lead for the Sheridan Lady Generals. Approaching 3.5 to go in the game. Sheridan now with the basketball. That's Ava Heller with it. She drives. Layup is up, no good. Rebounded by the Muskies. That's number 21, Lucy Sweeney. She has the ball, fought for on the floor, and jump ball called. Will be possession at John Glenn.
Reporting in for Sheridan, number 5, Miley Foregrave.
Looks like both teams bringing in a handful of substitutions. The only real experienced player on the floor right now is the senior, number 54, Aubrey Larrick.
A good opportunity for both teams to really get some playing time in this particular situation. It's pretty clear that Sheridan's going to win this basketball game up 22.
Larrick with the basketball. She's looking to get that ball inside to number 21, Lucy Sweeney. That ball is tipped, fought for, and a foul on the floor. They're going to give that to Aubrey Larrick, her second on the game.
He's trying to look inside to the post, which is the right thing to do, but just couldn't get the target measured.
Sheridan now with the basketball. Top of the key, that's Peyton Powell with it. Over on the left side, gives it to number 5, Miley Foregrave. Foregrave kicks it to Schaefer. Schaefer looking, gives it to Shonk. Shonk, tight defense on her, but passes the ball to Foregrave. Foregrave looking, and a foul on the play. Number 5, Ava Wendland, picking up her second foul.
Well, this game now with 2:50 to go, the officiating will be possibly a factor if they call some cheapies like that on the floor, or let's just see if they let it go, although we don't want it to get too physical.
Sheridan now with the basketball, top of the key. That's number 4, Addie Schaefer with the ball. She's being guarded by number 54, Aubrey Larrick. Schaefer kicks it to Turns. Turns has it, dribbling, kicks it to Foregrave. Foregrave, top of the key, looking right. Now driving, Foregrave with the layup is up and good. It's now 4 points here in this fourth quarter for number 5, Miley Foregrave. And the ball across half court, stolen by number 5, Foregrave. Foregrave gives it to nobody but herself, standing up near half court, looking to continue this large lead and run some time off the clock. Foregrave to Powell. Powell back to Shank. Shank with the basketball near half court. Shank to Powell. Near the left corner. Powell to Foregrave. Foregrave to Schaefer. That's now Shank with the basketball. Shank to Powell. Powell has it, looks to drive, doesn't. Backs out, top of the key. Now she drives. Powell with the layup is up and good. 2 quick points for number 11, Peyton Powell.
Sheridan's going to further empty their bench. I think get some JV kids in there with 1:35 to go and a huge lead.
As you mentioned, bring in a handful of substitutions for both teams. Both kind of indicative of the white flag. You know, it's a large enough lead. We're going to back off our best players, and we're just going to kind of play as we did similar in the JV game, which the Sheridan Generals winning that JV contest 49-30. John Glenn now at the basketball. Number 11 with a three-point shot. Not on my current roster. If I take a quick look, Brenna Milliner getting in the scorer's column with a three-point basket.
Oh, good for her.
Sheridan now with the basketball, approaching 1 minute to play. That's number 21, Megan Turns with the ball. Turns has it, she's driving. She kicks it to number 12. That's Eleanor Shigog. Shigog back to Mueller with the 2-point basket. That is up, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, will be John Glenn basketball.
And by the way, if you're looking at numbers the way we talked in the first or the pregame, Sheridan gives up just 29 points per game. John Glenn at 34, so Sheridan are right where they probably wanted to be.
And Sheridan putting up an impressive 57 points so far, 57-34 as we're under a minute to go. John Glenn Groves with the basketball, number 21, Lucy Sweeney. She has a layup. She takes it, misses, rebounded offensively by John Glenn. Now it's Ava Winland with the ball. Winland has it. Good fake. She gets an easy layup. 2 points for number 5, Ava Winland, 57-36. Approaching 20 seconds to go here in the game. Sheridan with the basketball. If there's not any pressure, I would just say run out the clock here. Number 13, Haley Mueller with the basketball. She gives it to number 21, Megan Turns. Turns being guarded closely. Turns tries to get a pass, deflected, no good. Looks like she's just going to hold it because that clock is going to hit zeros. And with that, Sheridan coming away with a 57-36 victory over the John Glenn Lady Muskies. Hey, we're going to go over some quick stats, go over a few things, tally up a couple of totals. We're going to take a quick break before we wrap up our postgame. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
I don't feel so good.
You do feel hot. Dayquil Kids will take care of that fever.
What about my cough?
Dayquil Kids has that covered.
Will it make my throat feel better?
Yes, that too.
But will it taste good?
Yep, Dayquil Kids comes in your favorite flavor.
Purple?
Well, yes, it's grape.
Try new Dayquil Kids Plus Fever, the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6+. Use as directed.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used in...
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Introducing the 2021 Ford F-150 Super Cab XL 4x4, now available at Doane Ford. With very low miles, this truck is ready to tackle any job with its 2.7-liter V6 EcoBoost engine and tow technology package. Enjoy a stylish look with the chrome appearance package and stay safe on the road with Ford Copilot 360 2.0 and auto high beam headlamps. Price to sell, it's an unbeatable deal. Don't miss out. Call Doane Ford 740-782-1965 or visit DoaneFord.com today.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school football. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, cabin, seasonal home, a garage, or even farm equipment, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website, patronsbuckeye.com.
Looking for trusted dental care for the whole family? Dr. Darcy Wakefield and the team at Wakefield Dental have you covered. From pediatric to general and orthodontic care, they offer a full range of services. At Wakefield Dental, they focus on individualized treatment plans that not only create beautiful smiles, but build lasting confidence. Schedule your consultation today. Call 740-435-3100 or go to drwakefieldDDS.com.
Welcome back to the Tank. Final here in New Concord, the Sheridan Lady Generals with a 57-36 win over the John Glenn Lady Muskies. The biggest story of this game is an all-time school scoring record for the John Glenn girls program in Maya Oliver, who now has 1,246 points for the Lady Muskies, with an 8-point performance, which is really all she needed tonight to break that record. So, and 2 free throws lining that up in order for that to happen. Very quickly going to go over the scoring for both teams. For Sheridan, number 1, Sydney Shonk. Impressive outing for her tonight, 6 points as a freshman in this game. But the Generals, led by the duo of number 2, Hallie Warner, and number 3, Ava Heller, those two combining for 29 points. Hallie Warner with 14, Ava Heller with 15. Moving down the scoring column, Addie Schaefer, number 4 for the Generals, the senior, with 5 points. Miley Forgrave, 9 points for the Lady Generals, including 2, 3, 4, 6 in the second half alone. Peyton Powell finished with 2, and at number 21, Megan Turns with 6, rounding out their total to 57 points for the Generals. We look over at the John Glenn side, of course, as we mentioned, senior number 2, Maya Oliver, setting that record, scoring 2 points and, scoring 8 points, her last 2 on free throws, and becoming the all-time leading scorer in John Glenn girls history. So a big congratulations to them. That was very, very nice and good to see. So again, a huge congratulations to the new leading scorer in John Glenn girls history. Moving down the scoring column, number 5, Ava Winland, getting 2 points and some bonus play towards this end of the game. She finished with 2. The leading scorer for the Muskies, number 13, Riley Zemensky, finishing with 14. Elena Berry finishing with 1, as did Faith Hayes, both hitting on 1 of 2 free throws. Addison Paisley finishing with 3. Aubrey Larrick finishing with 4 points. And in the game late, Brenna Milner scoring a 3-point basket, finishing with 3 points, bringing our total for the Lady Muskies to 36. Howard, your thoughts on tonight's game?
Wow. Boy, I don't know where to begin because it's such an impressive performance by Sheridan on both ends of the floor. You got to give credit for the Lady Generals. Their preparation, their mindset for this one, outstanding. For John Glenn, they're still a good basketball team. They just got whipped, Brett. I mean, it happens. It's just one of those days where not a lot was working on either side of the court, and I think all the players and the coaches would probably tell you, hey, we could have played better, but we didn't, and give credit to Sheridan for an outstanding effort.
Absolutely. And as we talked beforehand, whoever can keep their intensity on both sides of the ball the most consistent throughout the game is who's going to come away with that. And we saw that. Sheridan did not ease up on the defensive pressure on any one of the 5 players on the floor at all times, which is obviously in part why this game ended in the loss that it did for the Lady Muskies. And John Glenn really struggling to shoot the ball this game. Not many good looks, not many open looks. A pretty big offensive struggle for the Lady Muskies here in this game. And again, all in part due to the Lady Generals' tough defense here today.
Yeah, just again a good effort by Sheridan of keeping their composure when things got a little tight at times, and they were able to really extend the second half lead once John Glenn had gotten, I believe, within 10 at one point late in the first half, and then Sheridan came out in the second half and continued all the things that they did very well in the first half.
Absolutely. So a lot going on here today, and again, we want to send a big congratulations to number 2, Maya Oliver, for setting that all-time leading scoring record for the John Glenn Lady Muskies. That's going to wrap up our coverage here on AVC Sports this Saturday afternoon. Be sure to stay tuned to everything that we have going on by visiting yourradioplace.com. Our entire broadcast schedule available there. Both boys and girls games are available for you to see what we have coming up. We will be back on the airwaves and online on Tuesday. A couple matchups. I believe, Howard, you're going to take part in a couple of those. We have Tri-Valley visiting Meadowbrook. That'll be a battle to see how well Meadowbrook can, handle the Scotties, and then the Buckeye Trail Warriors making the trip over to Barnesville. So be on the lookout for both of those games. And again, stay tuned to everything we have going on, especially everything going on this holiday season. That'll all be on yourradioplace.com. And just down the street here on Tuesday, we're going to have our AVC Christmas show. That will be live on the air from 7 a.m. until 11 a.m., as well as video following in the afternoon. So, like I mentioned, that's going to wrap up our coverage of today's broadcast of the John Glenn Lady Muskies as they hosted the Sheridan Lady Generals. Your final score, Sheridan 57, John Glenn at Lady 6. For Howard Twiggs, I'm Brett Klein. Have a great rest of your day.
You've been listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 Nash Icon. High school basketball is a presentation of AVC Sports.